to the extent that international brands in Nigeria packed their loads, and one of them actually approached Fortune to be acquired when they couldn't cope with the competition. Innovation and resilience. And the business continues to evolve. Today, from a business that started from Adebola House, one thing you can take away from this business is the fact that when you hear Biggie, it is not by accident. The man behind it has big ideas. Many of you will remember this Adebola House. At a point, it was the architectural masterpiece in the whole of the houses. It was the main landmark. And if at that time somebody had that kind of big brain, big thing, correct, you should know that, those are the people that they saw that they said that the future forward people. And then you look at the products, fearless. And you think that is by accident? It cannot be. It is not by accident. Look at the name of the company, right? Was that an accident? That could not have been an accident. Everything about this organization is intentional. You go around. One of the things that I see in my career, working for multinationals, especially FMCG or whatever. You sit in your house one day, somebody will come and say, this product, I've seen there's cockroaches. So what do you have to say about it? From the top of the factory, from what you have seen, and the way the product is being produced, is it possible for a cockroach? No, because we are saying all of this. The success of brands, I'm telling you from experience. So, and if somebody go to Ocean tomorrow, open this and pour something inside and put this and bring it to you, I am sure you will have an answer. I am sure, based on your experience now. But if you were in Lagos, and I'm telling you, world class, if you see the party, say, is it not good? Yeah. You know when you're going to the front, I keep following you. Because if I will be making side comments. Go and see for yourself. That what you have here is truly world class. Let's talk about that. And then I'm linking this to journalistic, activities and what is expected. Information has come to represent prime commodity of the present age. The nation is linked almost directly to its information wealth and vice versa. A nation that fails to communicate is devalued. One of the problems that we have as a nation is our lack of communication. Because we emphasize naturally bad news sells. Negative news, quite organic. It is natural. Alright, but positive news is something that you really, really have to be intentional about. Information dissemination such constitutes an important and critical factor for the knowledge base and development of a nation. It requires systematic planning, collection, organization, and storage of information for the delivery to the target. The media is not just a source of information, but a critical tool in immediate information dissemination. Now what we are doing here is for you to acquire knowledge. So it's different from somebody writing a press release and just sending it to you, and then tomorrow you may not even remember. But I'm sure this experience is something that you keep away. very long time. You can discuss, you can have conversation around it, you can write about it. There's so much that you can generate from it because you have acquired, because there's an intentional, approach to, you sharing in the knowledge that is available. In spite of the phenomenal growth of the internet, which has become an increasing means of information dissemination, the traditional means of information delivery by traditional media can't be duplicated by people sitting in their computers expressing an opinion. See, let me tell you, with the advent of technology, alright, some people say, okay, traditional media, is no longer relevant. From my trade, I know that you cannot substitute that, even for the digital platform. Digital platform enables us to, reach out faster, wider, but the authenticity of news. There are some stuff that you see on social media today, until you see the source that is identifiable, you won't believe it. So the expansion continues to grow. However, so also the vulnerability of the kind of information that you get. You can sit in the comfort of your home and just open your telephone and then something will drop. Many people have been killed in this country and they are still alive. You just show me time. And then, hey, let me know, let me quickly pass this. Let me be the first to let my friend know. Before you know it, it's gone viral. And then somebody will come in the evening and say, no, I'm not dead though. So, but these are some of the vulnerability of the evolution of media. So media is about information, the control of information, the provision of information, and the sale of information. It's all about information moving around. Even the news that you are giving to somebody, by the time it goes around to come back, has changed. Because everybody is trying to distort or add something to it. So let's talk about the evolution of the media. The media industry has been punctuated by a very small number of very sharp and very important junctions. The first critical junction was the invention of the printing press, which made it possible to have a media industry to begin with. Then followed a period of evolution which included the development of television, critically important commercially, but even more so politically. Because, from print, you now have visual, at least you can see the person that is giving you the information. And then the second major junction occurred with the rapid development of new technologies between 1850 and 1920. First came the telegraph, which led to the development of the modern newspaper industry, and then radio, and then motion pictures, which together created the first real mass entertainment market. The third critical junction is where we are today. Information revolution, the impact of which will be particularly important in the media industry. In Nigeria, for example, in just recent years, we saw how black and white publication, was revolutionized by Disney newspaper. And as soon as Disney started printing color, it's either you join or you no longer be able to compete. And that is what innovation, and I believe that they are still leveraging on that because first mover, advantage helps in perception management. Effect of the media on the society. Over the last 500 years, the influence of the mass media has grown exponentially with the advance of technology. First, there were books, the newspapers, magazines, photography, sound recording, film, radio, television, the so-called new media, the internet, and now social media, all of which are still very influential, and now we're also talking about AI. That is also competing with us. If a very lazy person, AI will do a lot of stuff for you. But the truth of the matter is that AI is a tool, it can never be human.
Yes.
It can never be human. You need the three, components of intelligence to be able to thrive with AI. And that is, emotional intelligence, native intelligence, and artificial intelligence. And I'm sure that the inventors have appropriately branded it artificial intelligence. When something is artificial, it means that it has no life of its own. Alright? Whatever you put in is what you bring out. Alright? So it still depends on our native intelligence to be able to use emotional intelligence and artificial intelligence, effectively. So then we depend on information and communication on daily activities like work, education, health, maybe virtually everything. We can Google, we can go on the internet and source for information. Research is easier to do because the information are everywhere. To bring the future forward, AI has opened another line of evolution of the digital revolution. It is not unusual to wake up, and your phone is your TV, your newspaper, your everything, because every single thing that you need, you can get on your phone, as long as you have data. So the values we hold, the beliefs, even the conjectures, all of these are influenced by the avalanche of information that are available to us on different media platforms.